I had gone through 2 pregnancies and 2 C-sections. I was really weak. I didn't work out for years. I didn't weight train. I was less than a beginner.
Have you ever worked with a coach before me or anything like that?
I had hired a coach several years ago. There was no flexibility and it wasn't for me. I was completely miserable.
What were we able to accomplish together when we worked?
I lost 20 pounds. I lost several inches all over my body. Just last week I had to go clothes shopping because I literally have nothing that fits me anymore. And I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on all this equipment. So I was thrilled that you were able to give me a plan that I could completely do from home. So I hadn't worn my ring really since getting married, which I had desperately wanted to do. I was absolutely thrilled towards the end of the process. I just slid it on and haven't taken it off since.
What's up, everyone? So this is actually Megan, my client. Would you like to introduce yourself, Megan, and what made you reach out in the first place to start your fitness journey?
So hi, I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2 little boys. And what made me reach out was I had gone through 2 pregnancies and 2 C-sections, and I really wanted to regain some strength that I have lost throughout that process and get rid of all the baby weight.
That's amazing. Yeah. Have you ever worked with a coach before me or anything like that?
I had hired a coach just for a meal plan several years ago. I was not a fan of I just filled out a form of foods I liked and they gave me a plan. So there was no flexibility, there was no variations, and I just had to follow that plan. And it wasn't for me. I was completely miserable and then didn't really know where to go after I was done.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I mean, as you see, we don't do meal plans. Or I should ask you, do I do meal plans as a coach?
No, I got to pick all the food I ate and all that stuff, which is great for me because I'm really picky. So I need to be able to have control.
Yeah, you say you're picky, but I've worked with way pickier people, so I think you're shooting yourself in the foot a little bit there. You're able to handle it well. I do have a couple of things I want to ask because your experience was really cool. Your mindset was really, really cool to see as a coach, just from an outside perspective, because it was so strong. Because throughout the time we worked together, you had an injury that it wasn't planned, it wasn't even training. It was just you went on a run. Like it was just so unfortunate. And the mindset you had was so beautiful where you didn't let it limit you. You still got results and things like that. So what reframed in your mindset working together? Like what was your mindset, body, just a big reset overall? What did you experience?
I just decided that it was time to get it done. I had actually been in a calorie deficit for like 8 months before we even started working together and getting injured. I just decided it was time to push through. It was all going to be worth it in the end. I just wanted it to be done. I wanted to not have to think about it every day anymore. It was just weighing so heavily on me. So that kept me motivated to, even when it got hard, just to keep going because I knew in the end it was going to be worth it.
100%. Yeah, I love to hear that. I do want to ask, what were we able to accomplish together when we worked?
So physically, I lost 20 pounds or 19 pounds, 20 pounds. I lost several inches all over my body. Just last week, I had to go clothes shopping because I literally have nothing that fits me anymore.
It's
So I,
amazing.
I had to like revamp my closet, and I gained a lot of strength in the gym. With having the C-sections, I was really weak. I didn't work out for years. I didn't weight train. I was less than a beginner in my head. So gaining the confidence in the gym and just getting some muscle tone back felt incredible.
Yeah, and when you say the gym, it's pretty funny because I think it's so amazing because a lot of people don't hit their goal because they think like, oh, I don't have the gym membership, I don't have this yet, and I don't ever mass send splits or anything like that. So we built a split just for what you had. Like you're doing bench press and hip thrust on your couch. It's so funny, like the adaptability and then the open mindedness to just trust the process and just go in right away. You didn't have any excuse in head like, oh, I don't have a gym membership, I don't have this. You had dumbbells, and that was enough.
Yeah, it was nice working from home. That was like my big thing when we did our like first onboarding call together. I really needed to be able to just get it done as quick as possible. With 2 little ones, I didn't have much time. I couldn't leave and go to the gym, and I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on all this equipment. So I was thrilled that you were able to give me a plan that I could completely do from home.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in that factor where I truly think fitness can happen in any state, any mind. I've worked with nomads. I think I even told you that like you're able to get results wherever you are, any situation. It's just about prioritizing the right things and just educating you properly because you got too strong throughout the time we worked together where we had to make adapt it. We had to change exercise and things like that because you were getting so strong so quick. It was really amazing to see, truly.
It was fun. I was completely shocked because I told you I didn't expect progress to happen fast at all because I had only before we started working together, I was doing like full body workouts, like your typical like girly pop kind of just 20 reps of this with 10-pound weights, and it was doing nothing for me, just making me sore. So it was kind of cool to kind of up the weights and see the progress and actually get somewhere.
Yeah, you were, it was amazing. I think you're so humble because even during our check-ins, you're like, are we going fast enough? I feel like I'm not doing enough. And it's so funny because we'd be down like 5 pounds in a week and you're like, I feel like I can do more. I feel like I'm not losing more. And I always have to remind you, like, I work with so many clients and you were losing such a substantial amount, even compared to others. I'm not saying to compare your journey, but at the moment you were at, it was so funny because you wanted to keep doing more versus other people that lose like a pound and they are like so celebratory. So it's funny to see the other side where it's like you're hitting your goal. Even I thought it was a really cool text that you fit a ring, correct, or something like that. I
Oh
think.
yeah, my wedding ring. I After I got pregnant with my first, I was never able to get it back on.
Mhm.
I hadn't worn it since I got married, and then 3 months later I got pregnant. So I hadn't worn my ring really since getting married, which I had desperately wanted to do. So I was absolutely thrilled towards the end of the process. I just slid it on and haven't taken it off since.
Yeah, that text meant so much to me. I love those small wins that no one thinks about when you have your fitness journey. I think it's so cool the wins you have, especially mentally, physically, just everyday life. Is there anything that you want to specifically say that you noticed that most people wouldn't notice in their fitness journey that you were able to accomplish?
I think just my mindset getting up for the day. For so long, when you're overweight, you're so hard on yourself. It's on your mind constantly. You just get up and you're like, well, why can't I do this? I'm failing at this. I'm failing at that. And then all of a sudden, you start accomplishing your goal, and it kind of just changes everything. You start seeing all the little physical changes. I was able to keep up more like around like my family. I was able to take the kids, run around at the park, and not think about it. I was able to go through the jungle gym and the slide and the swings and just do everything with them and not have to think about it. Whereas
Mhm.
before, if I couldn't do something, or if I felt winded, or if I wasn't strong to lift the boys and go do something, I would be so hard on myself. So I think it's just like the little things that end up trickling in when you start focusing on your health, that it impacts everything.
Yeah, I love the saying of a lot of people are just existing in life and they're not living a good life yet because they don't have fitness and health like that. So using fitness as a pillar to live a better life, I think is just such an instrumental thing, especially with you're able to live your life normally still, correct? You're able to
Oh, yeah.
do everything. You're just fitting fitness into your life. Like fitness isn't taking over your life.
Yes, I agree with that. That's really a great way to put it because, I mean, before we started working together, I was dedicating over an hour a day to cardio. And then I was trying to find another time to sneak in some weights, and with the meal prepping and everything, it does become a lot. It's not nothing. It is work to try to do this, but now that I'm in used to it, it's just part of my routine.
Yeah, it's just building the habits, having a habitual thing. Remember when we first started, I was like, we're just building habits. That's all we're doing when we're first starting out. Like, there's no extremist thing. You just have to understand what the process is like and things like that. And just, I always like to say, just trust the process because it is long. But I do a certain thing for the accountability. But I do want to ask from your perspective, what was the level of accountability in your mind?
I absolutely loved sending you the food in the beginning and getting that instant feedback. Like, it was almost like getting good grades in school. I'd send something like, "Oh, I hope this one gets an A." I'm just like trying to like really dig into like all the micronutrients and like build a really balanced meal. And that was really great because like if I asked you a question or sent you something, I was hearing from you within a couple hours or bare minimum the end of the day, which you know I didn't expect when I signed on. I thought I'd be hearing from you. I didn't think it would be so quick. So that was really great. And then your feedback when I would send you videos of me doing the workouts and you like correcting any of my posture or anything during that was really helpful because there was a few exercises I was stuck on. I kept getting them wrong a few weeks in a row until we like corrected it.
Mm,
So that was good. That probably prevented injury or
yeah.
what else.
I always like to say the way I communicate, and you took it amazing. I don't even think we needed to have the caution, but I'm very direct when I say these things. I want you to learn and better yourself. And I know a lot of people add a lot of fluff, and that's just not how I communicate. But I'm so glad it worked really well with our situation where it's coming from a caring place, it's a loving place. I want to help you. So I'm glad you always took it really well. Because it is true. Some people take 1 week where the form's just perfect. And then sometimes that one exercise you just keep doing over and over and over again takes like 3 months sometimes. And you're like, damn. But at the end of the time, we are good form. That's the whole point. I want you to be able to coach yourself in the end. And that almost leads to the next question where do you think you have to sustain this long term?
Oh, absolutely. This process, even just like we've been done now for like a week or two, having the habits to do mostly healthy foods and then maybe sprinkle in some of the other stuff you want, I think will work really well in the long term. Like being in a deficit for so long, now being back at a maintenance level, it feels like a breeze. It feels like vacation. So like it is hard. You're still tracking, you're still looking, you're still hoping to maintain a level. It's not nothing. It's still a little work, but it's not impossible. It kind of just like you said, more building a habit, and it is flexible. Like this, we talked about calorie banking, which was huge for me to be able to think, okay, dinner with friends isn't off limits, a drink isn't off limits, all these things aren't off limits. You just have to build it in. I think that more than anything will keep this sustainable.
Yeah, I always like to say you just have to prioritize the right things, and there's no such thing as bad or good, which I'm really glad you labeled. But you said something that was so beautifully put, and I don't think you understood that you said it. So many people come to me and say, I just want to look this way and then go back to my old habits after. And that's unfortunately just not the truth. When you're in a fit body, you're in a fit body for a reason. You're not going to just have liposuction and then magically keep those results, right? Like you have to keep the habits and you have to do these things. And that's why the way I coach is a lot more work on both ends. Like realistically, I can send you a meal plan and be like, all right, cool. You're going to lose weight following this, but making you send these things and have these accountability tools, it's more work on me and more work on you. But at the end, this is the result. You actually are able to understand things, do cool things like calorie banking. You mentioned a really cool thing. Like I don't apply that with everyone. If someone wants to try it, they can do it. And you really liked it. And you did it in a unique way for maintenance. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that was I was all freaked out when he was like, "Oh, let's try going back at maintenance and just see how that goes for a week or two." And instead of just hitting my maintenance calories for the day, I decided, "Oh, I want to try this calorie banking." Cuz in my deficit, I really wasn't willing to go like lower for a few days cuz then that would feel a little slim. So it was doing at maintenance level. I was like, oh, let's try this out and see how this works. And I loved it. I was able to like have fun on Friday and Saturday and still lose weight. It was the dream.
Yeah, it was really cool to see. You actually inspired me to do that with a couple other clients that are at maintenance. And I even recommend, I was like, I had a client and she really enjoyed it. Would you actually want to try this? And they all love it. So, because I never made the connection like, oh, maintenance, you can do this as well, not just deficit. Because people only usually do it in a deficit. Yours actually inspired me to even ask people if they want to do it because you enjoyed it so much and they all love it too. So I appreciate that as well. It was you applied it on your own. You're like, oh, this works on a deficit. I wonder if I can do it with maintenance. And you totally can. It's amazing.
Oh, I'm glad that worked out. Yeah, it's the perfect scenario for me.
Yeah, it is really cool. What would you have to say for someone that's on the fence, they're on the cuff, they feel like they want to make a change, but they're not ready at the exact moment? What would you say to them right now?
I would say don't settle. Don't settle for where you're at. It's not worth it to wait. I spent so much time waiting or being unsure. Every second you spend in that limbo, it's a horrible feeling. You're not getting anywhere. You're just stuck. So once you just make the move to get started, you're going to immediately feel better. As soon as I signed on with you, because I was losing like 2 pounds a month and I was trying so hard and I couldn't live in that space anymore. I needed results and I needed results now. And I just had the confidence that I was hiring someone who knew exactly what they were doing and I was going to see the results finally. And that's why I would recommend anyone just to go and get started, because if you just live in that space where you're not going anywhere, nothing's going to change.
Yeah, it's the phrase, nothing's going to change if nothing changes. That's so well spoken. So thank you so much for saying that. Is there any closing remarks you want to add or anything like that?
I just want to say, like, I'm so proud of the person I was 30 pounds ago for getting started. I'm so proud of her. I've had family members tell me now, I'm so proud of you. You lost the weight. You look great. And I'm like, no, don't be proud of me. Be proud of her. She worked so hard to get here. And she was the one who was getting all the flack. Or, oh, you're gained weight. You've done this. You've done that. And I'm more proud of myself that I put myself first. I think a lot of times moms and dads or caregivers, we give our all for our kids. And with moms, we take care of the house, we take care of everything. And with doing this, there were days the laundry piled up in the corner, the dishes didn't get put away, and it needed to happen to put myself first. You can't pour from an empty cup. You have to make space. And if there's not enough space in your day, put something else to the side. It's okay to focus on yourself.
That is so beautiful. And not only that, I'm so extremely proud. I said that so many times. It is so remarkable what you are able to do.